For the Lloydminster Bobcats, there's a lot riding on their performances this weekend. Not only are they looking for some much-needed wins after a slow start to the season, but they are competing in front of scouts from across the nation in the AJHL Showcase. The Cats managed to snap their 4-game losing streak yesterday, handing the Canmore Eagles a donut in their 2-zip win. Lloyd is currently in the middle of a battle against the Brooks Bandits. Second period has just wrapped up and the score is 4-3 Cats. Bryce Woodward scored the first 2 for the Cats, and Chris Cito and Troy Van Teetering scored in the second. Now switching sides of the ice, yesterday the Bonnyville Pontiacs pulled off a thrilling overtime victory against the Drumheller Bandits, who are currently the team to beat of the South. They were back in action this afternoon facing the Canmore Eagles. Now, penalties cost the Eagles the game as the Yaks scored all their goals on power plays. Mitch Fritz and Luke Mahura put Bonnyville on the board in the first. Captain Ryan Black capitalized on the power play in the second. And Steen Pashnuk added some insurance with a 4th goal to seal the deal in the third. Now, Pontiacs are back at home Tuesday facing the Sherwood Park Crusaders. The future of hockey in Lloydminster looks promising, mainly thanks to the success of the AMBHL Heat. Last season, the band of boys gave up a single loss on their way to claiming the provincial championship. This afternoon, they returned to the Civic Centre for their first homer of the 2014-15 season against the Edmonton CAC. Now, picking things up in the first, crowded in front of the net, Ryan Applett puts the Canadians on the board. Now, just seconds later, Josh Prokop would do the same. Edmonton would add another goal here early in the second, and Josh Prokop, on fire, would add his second, top shelf, making it 4-0. Starting to look like a little bit of a bloodbath here. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. Heat would go on a power play to put themselves on the board. Landon Johnson lights the lamp. Now Captain Chase Waters, with some magic hands here, makes it 2-4, closing in. Canadians have control. Now here we go. Canadians have control of this puck, but Chase Hagar squeezes one past Adam Tyshikaswitz. Now Wouters wins the face-off here coming up, but Jackson Oakes would put it in off the post. Hey, if you don't go bar, you don't go far. Now Edmonton's Sean Comrie would get a 10-minute misconduct due to slamming a stick into the glass on his way to the box, giving the Heat a 4-3. Now Landon Johnson, here he fires it in, giving the Heat a thrilling 5-4 victory in regulation. Heat are back at it tomorrow against Leduc in Leduc. Now let's head to Civic Centre for some post-game reaction.
You know, we got a sour taste after last weekend, taking too many penalties, and you know, you could see some guys hanging their heads in their room, but the guys that were wearing letters today really stepped up in the third period, and you know what, maybe took a couple penalties, but also led with their play. So it was a huge shot. I'm sure it's pretty easy to get up to play the defending champion. I know we use it all the time in the room when we're not the defending champion. So you know, now we got to use it in the room to make sure that we're geared up every night, because it doesn't matter who you're playing, they're ready to play you. So.
Feels great. It was just a good team effort to come back from 4 goals down. Felt great. We just got to keep the momentum going. It was a great win today. It was good to get under the belt.
Now Baker Hughes Bobcats took to the ice minutes after the Heat game. The game is deep in the third, and so far Columbus is leading 4-2. Now more hockey action from last night as the Lloydminster Bandits open up their 2014-15 Junior B season. Didn't take long for them to face off against their foes. The Wainwright Bisons were in town for their first of a home and home. To the Civic Centre we go. We'll head to late in the second, game tied at 2. Jarrett Wayhill feeds Anthony Rainey. His wrister beats the goalie blocker side. Bandits take the 3-2 lead into the third. That was just their 5th shot on net, by the way. Look at them celebrating, but the Bandits completely unraveling. Somehow, midway point into the final 20, Jake Shizma gets sprung on the breakaway. He goes 5-hole to knot things up at 3, and then just 8 seconds actually after that goal, off the face-off, sloppy play by Bandits. Jordan Schneider can't clear. Tian Anderson makes them pay. They now have a 4-3 lead. 2 minutes later, Jory Hoffman from the half wall skates in. The captain finds the back of the net. The Bisons with 3 goals in 2 minutes to go up 5-3. Now the Bandits would get one back. AJ Curry, side of the net. The no-look backhand is good. What a shot. Bandits, though, lose their home opener by a score of 5-4. They are in Wainwright tomorrow night. Now, it's been a hot and cold season for the Lakeland Rustlers teams. The men, ranked 5th nationally, have been on a roll, while the women, still winless, have struggled to find some consistency. This afternoon, both teams faced off against the Old College Broncos in their final home games of the regular season. On the men's side, the game is still underway, but the Rustlers are facing the Broncos, who have yet to post a win this season. For the Lady Rustlers, they got a huge win as they stomped the Broncos 5-0.